Hey, good afternoon, good people. How are you doing? I trust you're well. How's your Sunday? It's looking good. Yep, mine too. Now, it was brought to my notice a video which is doing the rounds of a near miss at JKIA a few days ago, where a plane landing in from the UK found a Rwandan Air on the runway, so they had to take off again. And I remember at the time when this happened to me too, some years ago. I was coming from Dar es Salaam on an air precision. Those were the days when I always used to book a window seat. So I was on the window, and then it was one of those aircraft which has got 3 seats on one side and 2 on the other side. So I was sitting on the one with the 2. So my passenger was a very mature, friendly lady. So we'd been chatting all the way from Dar es Salaam. So of course, and I say that that those are the days I used to love window seats. I no longer do that. This was after I developed a running stomach on a flight from Delhi, and I was on the window seat of those wide aircrafts, the one with 3 seats. So you can imagine having to get these guys out. I go to the toilet. Anyway, so that's a story for another day. So anyway, so as we came in, it was raining. It was raining very heavily. So as we came to land, when we broke the rain cover, there was a small aircraft. I could actually see it, and the guys who were sitting on my side could see it. It was a small aircraft on the runway at the place where they normally hold to take off. So that meant that if this guy continued, then it was a definite collision. So what he did was he powered back into the rain. And I remember making a joke because the lady didn't see it. She asked what could be happening, and I told her, I think the controller must have told him that the plane is dirty, so he's just going back into the rain so it can get washed a bit before he come round. But I think she noticed I was very worried, so he said, "No, it can't be that." So I told her there was a little plane. There was a plane on the runway as we came to, and she was, "How can that happen?" And then the pilot announced it that I've had to go back, I've had to go around again because I found a plane, the aircraft on the runways, so blah blah whatever. So I think it is possibly a frequent happening, which these guys are trained to. They do their trainings every. My pilot friend, I think, has to do a training every 6 months just to stay on top of things. So it's not really. I don't think it's really an emergency. It's something which happens. It's something that they are trying to do, and they always avoid it. So let's not dramatize some of these things. I think. Well, I'm not a pilot. I'm not anything. I know nothing about flying, but my thinking is that so many things will happen. Like when you're on the road, is a bicycle crosses, you shake your brakes, you stop, or the guy in front of you decides to swerve onto the side of the road. The guy coming. So you meet all these, and as a good driver, you're always alert when you're on the road. So you avoid a lot of things. So you come and find a pothole somewhere, and there's a vehicle coming. So of course, you cannot avoid that pothole. So you go off the road, kidogo, then you are back again. So it's not really an emergency. That's my thinking. But people who know things about flying, the people who do all the flying, probably are better informed. But it was scary, definitely, very very scary. Okay, enjoy the rest of your Sunday, good people.